and start with the president. But before then, let's talk about 13 months, 12 months actually, of President William Ruto's government, because that's the topic for today. In fact, I'll be hosting the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, later on. So let's talk about exactly a year ago on a day such as this, when President William Ruto succeeded Uhuru Kenyatta. Soon after occupying State House, President Ruto went ahead to form his government that would assist him in delivering the promises that he made to Kenyans, made to you prior to his election. Now, 1 year later, has the Kenya Kwanza government under-delivered, over-delivered, or not delivered? KTN's political affairs reporter David Mudoka looks at President William Ruto's hits and misses after a year in office.
On the 13th of September last year, in front of a fully packed Kasarani Stadium, President William Ruto was sworn in as the country's 5th president. For exactly 12 months now, the President William Ruto administration has been in power, with its main task to fulfill promises it made to Kenyans while on the campaign trail. In the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, dubbed the plan, 71 promises were supposed to be fulfilled within 1 year in office. While some were kept, others were broken, while others are yet to be fulfilled. Among key promises kept is the establishment of the 50 billion shilling Hustler Fund. The fund was launched on 30th November 2022, and since then, Kenyans have been able to access loans from as low as 500 shillings to as high as 50,000 shillings.
It just needs a citizen, his phone or her phone, and a track record, and they can borrow as much as they want, so long as they keep to a track record.
Another promise kept by the Ruto administration was the lowering of the price of fertilizer. Through fertilizer subsidies, President Ruto in September last year brought down the price of a 50 kg bag of fertilizer from 6,500 shillings to 3,500 shillings. The price for the same bag of fertilizer will later drop by 1,000 shillings to 2,500 shillings in August this year. Other hits by the Ruto administration include the appointment of some 6 Court of Appeal judges whose appointments had been rejected by his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta, transfer of the police budget from the office of the president to the office of Inspector General of Police, the transfer of port operations from the inland Naivasha port back to the Mombasa port, as well as the onboarding of most government services on the e-Citizen digital platform for seamless delivery of government services.
All government services must be digitized by December this year. I mean all government services.
The President William Ruto government has not been without its misses. Top among them is the lowering of the cost of living.
Bei ya unga imefika shilingi 200. Nataka niwaulize, 250 inaelekea shilingi 300, ni kweli ama si kweli?
While earnings of most Kenyans have either stagnated or gone down, prices of most basic commodities have been on an upward trajectory. For example, a kilogram of sugar that last year retailed for 138 shillings is now going for 217 shillings. A litre of petrol that last year was sold for 179 shillings is now at 195 shillings, while a 2-kilogram packet of maize flour that last year was sold for 190 shillings has not changed in price, despite claims by government officials that unga prices have reduced. Other misses by the Ruto administration include the 50% women in cabinet promise, the implementation of the 2/3 gender rule, the construction of 250,000 housing units each year for Kenyans living in slums, and the establishment of a quasi-judicial inquiry into state capture that the head of state had promised to form in his first month in office. While there are mixed reactions as to whether the Ruto administration has failed to met or exceeded expectations, President Ruto now has a minimum of 4 years to deliver on the Kenya Kwanza agenda, including turning the misses that are on his scorecard into hits. David Muthoka, KTN News, Nairobi.
Well, you tell us what you think of President William Ruto's administration 1 year later. Later on, we are hosting the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Musalia Mudavadi, who will also be grading the government, and we have a lot of questions also for him live from London shortly. Now, the